Real quick, we here, if you don't know, me, the host, my nickname here or gamer tag is Chuckles824.
Can I explain, or can I ask like why or how you got Chuckles?
So Chuckles, like I was nicknamed Chuck, and behind my uncle and them, so they used to call me Chuck Norris all the time, and then eventually like when I started coaching volleyball, my players started calling me Chuckles because I smile a lot. So that's where Chuckles came from. And then 824, if you don't know me, I'm big, huge, probably the biggest Kobe Bryant fan ever.
Kind of tell.
Yeah,
I can kind of tell.
I mean, you guys know me.
I've seen some posts. Like I think I can remember. Yeah.
So that's where the 824 came from. Okay. And then my co-host here
is Albert the worst.
Nick AKA the worst.
If you want to know why, it's just because I suck at every game.
Yeah.
Dude, I might have to take that from you, man.
So I mean, if you want, if you give yourself a nickname or a gamer tag, what would you give yourself?
Shoot. Well, I'll just go what I originally had as my gamer tag when I did game a lot was just Troop 100, but that's just like Troop
100.
Yeah.
Troop 100.
Yeah. So I mean, that's just from my
Boy Scouts?
From Boy Scouts,
Okay.
Yeah. And so that was the troop number I was involved with, so I was always just Troop 100. It was just always an easy, like, I'm not very creative, in that sense.
Are you still doing that? Or involved in that?
I would like to be. If I said yes, that would be a lie.
Yeah, okay. But, actually, do you remember when, I think we were still in college?
Yeah.
And I did the school thing with you.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, we did a tour. I think we brought the kids out to tour St. Thomas, right?
Yep.
I
just want to ask you that. Why? What was that about?
And it's essentially, we do we did a lot of great things in scouting, but we just one of the things that we didn't focus on was just life after high school, life after scouts, higher education, and so I just wanted to kind of open the doors for a lot of
the scouts
for those kids.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's cool. First thing, what we always do here, if you saw our first episode, me and Worst gave our top. Well, it was supposed to be a top 5.
Yeah.
But we realized that was not possible.
5 might be a stretch.
5 is like a stretch. Yeah.
So we dropped it down to top.
So we dropped it down to top 3. It can change.
Yeah.
But ours did not end up change unless yours did.
No.
Mine did not. Mine did not change
during the episode.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So my top 3 games of all time are still the same.
Yeah.
So
right.
I do want to ask you, what is your top 3 video games of all time?
Top 3 games. That's easy. Like something that I think a lot of people don't know about me. It's like secretly I'm like closeted, like a kind of like a video game nerd.
All right.
And I don't play as much now, but
you did
my
before.
my guilty pleasure now is to watch like game reviews. Like that's what I do going to bed. Like when I'm going to bed and I just need.
But do you play
sound.
these games?
I don't. I don't.
Brand new game review.
Yeah, so
you don't play
I don't. And so that it's kind of my way of playing them, right? If
Okay.
I watch a review on it, if it's good, it's good. If it sucks, like, I'm glad I didn't get it. Either way, I'm not gonna get it, right?
Yeah.
But and then if it's really good, I'll get it, right? The most recent game I bought was, and this is my number 3, is Red Dead Redemption.
Oh,
right?
2, the new one.
Oh, is it 2?
That's
Yeah.
two.
Okay.
The first one that new.
All right.
The one that
So
just came
2,
out.
yeah.
Is Red Dead Redemption. Okay.
Okay, 2.
This past 2019. Yeah.
Best game ever. And the thing is, like,
is that your number 1?
no.
Top
That's my
in
number
your-
3. That's my
okay.
number 3. That's my number 3.
Number 3 or in your top 3?
No, number 3.
Number 3.
Number 3.
Whoa,
Yeah.
he hasn't been in order.
Best game ever, but like it's not my number 1.
Why?
And
I do have to.
And part of that was me taking a long hiatus from a game, and then when you come back to it, you just like it, like compared to the video games I used to play,
When
and
we
then
were kids.
and then playing that which is completely different. I mean, just how vast the world was, how open it is. There's so many different ways you could take
what you're able to do
with the game. Yeah. And like secretly, this is gonna sound a little weird, right? But I've always felt like I was born in the wrong time, right? I always felt like I was supposed to be born 1,000 years ago, suit and sword and chopping each other's head off and like and going and dying on the field, right? Honorably, right? And so that kind of it kind of gives me like I can kind of relive that. I can exactly, right? Yeah. So then I feel like kind of at home there, you know.
But here's the thing though. Real quick, there's a ton of open world games out there. Why this one?
Because like, I think early American ecology and like kind of like American history is pretty interesting for me. And so just like being able to put myself in that time frame, it was pretty interesting. It was like kind of a lawless time.
Yeah.
People were still establishing themselves. Cities were still being established. There were a lot of
rules,
racial tension. And people were still exploring, and that's what I'm about. I'm just about like exploring new territory, doing different things, and learning from it. But ultimately, I didn't even beat the game. Did you guys play it at all?
I beat it.
Oh, okay.
I will say I beat it.
Okay, so
I beat it.
I got to the big city where the swamp is, right?
Yes.
Is that pretty early on in the game, or is
that is no. You're in the second half of the
game.
Okay,
I made it to the second half though.
You're farther than me.
Oh yeah.
Because I bought the game the first week it came out, and I played for about 2 to 4 hours. I'm not even sure, but I only made it to the first city.
What?
See that's that.
Oh yeah.
When I got to the first city, all I did was start killing people.
And you just went GTA and you just got sidetracked, killing hookers.
I totally got sidetracked, and then I was looking at YouTube videos where they're just telling you little things that you can do. Yeah. So then I started lassoing people. I started
that was fun. That's
fun. I started lassoing people. I started killing everyone. I killed my horses. I'm gonna go jack horses.
Did you guys see the video where this one kid or person he lassoed in that game? He lassoed a public speaker in the game.
Yeah.
And he lassoed her and he brought her like all the way to the mountains.
Wow.
Just to see her run away from him. Yeah.
Did he crazy. Follow her?
Did he follow her all the way?
Like, I've seen some other ones
how crazy it is.
Like I did get to this part of the game where I think there's like the swamp dude. There's like this fat swamp guy and then like his wife or something. He wants you to bang his wife or something. In the game.
Yeah.
And so I did see a video where like the dude like captured her, and then like and then the big dude is like chasing you down, so he ends up chasing him like across the whole map, going up mountain,
what happens is if you accept their offer and you go over to their place and you have a meal with them, they drug you and take all your money, and then they leave you like naked in the middle of nowhere. And then like you could get up and then like once you go back to their place spoiler alert, but like you go back to their place, but go back to their place and then like trying to like kick their butt and like and like steal all your back, but
and then what I was gonna say is if you want to do a game that's sort of like that, but I haven't played this game either. I've heard reviews. I've watched videos. It's also a newer game called Ghost of Tsushima.
Is that the one where you're playing as the Native American?
No, you're a samurai.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I guess I should have the name Tsushima. Like I should have picked up on that. Yeah.
So you're a samurai. It's open world.
Yeah.
I want to get this game.
Yeah.
But again, I don't have time.
Yeah. Dude, see, that's why you just watch the reviews.
Yeah.
You watch the gameplays, right? That's why, like, gameplay footage is so big now, right? Dude, like, I don't have time. I'm not gonna spend money on this and then spend a bunch of time on this. But I'm still very intrigued by it. So I don't mind watching somebody else play. Yeah. So especially on my downtime. Yeah. So that's why, like, I'm big on, like, watching the game.
Well, that's why, they have like Twitch and other stuff like that too. All right, real quick, let's go to your number 2.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Can I say this though?
Yes.
So number 3 was really close, right, between that and Skyrim, right? Okay. But in both games, I learned the same thing in both games, right? That I'm not a video gamer, right? Halfway through Red Dead Redemption 2, I realized, fuck, I've ridden a horse for the past like
20 minutes,
like like 20 minutes, and probably if you break down, like, if I played 60 hours, right, I've probably been on a horse riding from one place to another for about 40 of the 60 hours. So I realized, I was like, man, I'm playing a horse simulator, like a horse riding simulator. Like this isn't gonna work.
Didn't like that.
Do you know that there's trains in that game?
There is, right?
Isn't there also fast travel?
Yeah.
But
that's the trains. That's the trains.
But fast travel, you kind of watch. You have to, like, watch, like, a video of you traveling, right? So, like, you're not actually.
Yeah. You're not. You actually watch a video of you.
Yeah.
Or auto traveling.
Yeah. The train stations are, like, I guess
they're
limited. Yeah.
Well, you got to get to a town first.
Yeah.
Because in Skyrim, you can just fast travel, can't you?
Yeah. In Assassin's Creed, you could hold it, and then you're like, boom, you're there.
Yeah. And I love Skyrim, man. That was one of the... But I was in college when I was playing that heavy, and I realized, like, after a month, I was, like, 60 hours in, and I was like, holy shit, I got a job. I go to school for X amount of hours. Then there's, like, travel time. I have a girlfriend, like my high school sweetheart at the time, which is my wife now. Like, and then I was just, I looked at it at the end of the month. I was like, 60 hours, and I did the math.
In a month?
Which isn't that bad. 2 hours a day. Yeah, which isn't that bad, right? Which isn't that bad. But then, just looking at how busy I was like, God, like, I'm not sleeping, because I'm in, at the time I was working a lot, so I was, like, in the gym 3 hours a day, so, like, what I was giving up to play video games was my sleep.
Was your
sleep. Yeah. And so then I realized playing those two games that gaming's not for me, man. Gaming's not for me.
Have you played the first one?
Skyrim?
No,
Red Dead. No. And I only played Red Dead 2 because watching, like, a ton of reviews, so I probably bought it, like, maybe, like, 3 months after it was already out.
It
did
get
6 months,
It got a perfect score.
Yeah, and then everybody spoke very highly about it, and I was like, oh, this seems kind of cool. Like,
so Red Dead 1, the story in Red Dead 2 is actually a prequel to Red Dead 1. So you're not even playing the main character.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I think in Red Dead 2 you play as Joel first. Yeah. He's a guy. I mean, I don't know if you. I mean, I could tell you, but
go for it. I'm probably never gonna play that game ever again.
So in 1 you play as John, but in 2 you play as Joel, in the prequel. But Joel dies in 2. Once you beat 2, Joel dies. Due to, I think it was like polio or something.
Okay.
And then he dies, and then you'll go into, like, John Marston.
Okay.
So
and that
goes into the 1. Yeah. Okay. So just heads up.
Is there gonna be a 3 anytime soon?
They, you know what? They should make one.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're the only one that finished the game.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with me though. When I buy a game, like, okay, Red Dead 2 was amazing. But even it got to a point where I'm like, this game is too long.
Yeah,
it's too long. But I had to finish it.
Yeah.
I got too far. I had to finish. I was like not like trying to find perfect horses.
Yep.
I was
I
was doing all those. I was doing all those. I was
that,
like,
man. And
I was like, I gotta find this horse. I gotta find the white Arabian horse. All that stuff too. So
see, and it wasn't that it wasn't fun. I had a blast playing it.
Yeah.
It was an amazing game, and like I said, to this day, probably one of the best well-made game I've played.
That's why it's in your top 3.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
But
number 2.
Okay, number two. Number 2 would be Halo 1 and 2, just for the nostalgia.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, that was before, like, internet became was huge.
Yeah.
And so, you know, you were still doing LAN parties.
Were you an Xbox guy?
You know...
Because that's an Xbox game, man.
I had an Xbox. Yeah. I had an Xbox.
Would you consider yourself good at that time?
No.
In a party, like 3 other guys, and versus like you.
I can hold my own though.
You could get first.
I don't know if I could get first. I think very rarely, and I think like circumstantially, I think 2 people have to be fighting. This person has to be distracted.
Yeah.
And then I might get first. But like I love it because of like the nostalgia effect. Like you know, my cousins would bring their Xboxes over. Yeah. They'll bring their TVs over.
The times, man.
People would get super pissed and heated about it. Like, you know, I am an angry person. I just come from an angry family and we have a violent temper.
I remember those days.
So controllers were being thrown, TVs broken, you know. One time we were at a buddy's house and we had to leave because my brother was essentially gonna fight the host or something, and over Halo
game,
yeah. And you know, it's funny because like I met a bunch of cool people doing that, and like, you know, like so I still have some friends now that I met later on in life, but you know, like we originally met playing Halo or going to each other's houses. So just for nostalgia reasons, Halo. You know, I don't know whatever happened to the franchise. I hope they're still doing well.
Are they? I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm a PS4 guy, so
yeah, like,
PlayStation guy.
I think once I was so young, like I couldn't tell. I didn't know like, to me it was just a system, and so I didn't know there were like these diehard fans of you had to choose. Yeah. And then when I did choose PlayStation. Yeah.
But I'm not an Xbox guy either. But listening to different podcasts about you know, just the gaming industry.
Yeah.
With the Xbox right now, they have a new Halo game coming out. But then there's also Halo 1, 2, and 3 that's coming back online. So then
look at him jump up.
He's
ready.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you can start playing Halo 1, 2, and 3 online again. And so Halo is still pretty big right now. Everybody's still waiting for the new Halo game.
Yeah. Good for them.
Halo 5 or something? 6?
I don't know what the game is called.
You know, but I did realize that what was I gonna say? I just lost it. You know what did it in for me for the Xbox was I think Xbox was the first
Halo
one.
Infinite right there.
Xbox was the one that first started charging for like a subscription to even just play on Xbox Live, right?
Yeah.
Yes. They were the first ones, and I think that drove me away, and I'm sure that drove a ton of people.
And as a PlayStation guy, I was very happy because PlayStation was free.
Yeah.
At that time.
Yes.
Not now, because they stole that idea.
Yeah.
Like, we need to make money too.
Right.
Yeah. But at that
right
time.
Right now, Xbox has a better idea, which is everything is it's
part of the subscription.
But then they also have a
cross-platform, right?
They have cross-platforming now. So Xbox, whatever the new one is called, I forgot what it's called, is going to be able to play all the old Xbox games.
Yeah.
Or all the old Xbox One games.
Yeah.
And then they're also having a subscription where I think it's either $12 or $20 a month, and you get access to games.
Oh, so
you don't need to
part
buy
of that subscription.
As part of the subscriptions, you don't need to buy the games.
That's sweet, yeah.
You get the games.
Like classic games or new games?
New games.
New games.
Yes.
Wow, okay.
That's a lot of money.
How do they make money then?
Subscription.
So
it's all a subscription.
So for example, you could be like, oh, for $7 you get subscription to Xbox new games only. Oh, but if you do like $50, you get the whole library. Something like that.
Oh, okay.
Something like
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, something like that. But all right, man, I gotta know your number one game of all time.
Number one. I don't know if you guys were good or big PC gamers, but anything that came out from Blizzard from like late 90s to like early 2000, like Warcraft 3, StarCraft, Diablo 2. Dude, that time Blizzard could not miss. They couldn't make a bad game at that time. Now they're it sounds like, and I haven't played anything recently, but it sounds
Diablo 3.
I did, but like that was kind of a bust. I loved it, but
Albert loved it, so loved it.
Compared to like a D2 where there was,
I haven't played D2.
I haven't played D2 either.
Okay, yeah. D2 was incredible.
I might have played D2, but I don't
remember.
I don't have a big memory about it because I would always like whenever I played it, I go over to my cousin's house and play it.
Yeah.
And I didn't play it at home. But like I played Warcraft at home.
Yeah.
But like, D3. I love D3.
Dude, I loved it too, and it wasn't until I started watching all these videos where people are shitting on it, and I'm like, yeah, like that does kind of suck. Like, so I played like D1, Diablo 1, Diablo 2, Diablo 3, and you can kind of see like the changes, right? Diablo 1 was dark.
Okay.
Like, it was dark. It's straight scary. Like, maybe I was just so young at the time. Yeah. But I mean, it was scary. Like you have goosebumps as you're playing it. The sound was creepy. There was limited light, and here it just in Diablo 3, it's just everything is so bright. You can see everything, and then it's the scary factor isn't there. Yeah. And it was a fun game. Yeah. It was a fun game. But the reason why those 3 games are my number one was like I learned such an important life lesson playing all those 3 games.
Life lessons in these games.
And that's the truth. Like, this is what video games don't get credited for, and this is a topic that doesn't get covered a lot when they talk about video games. But, like, it's what you learn in them, right? So, for example, right, so StarCraft, do you guys kind of understand? StarCraft, Warcraft, you build your army, and, if you guys don't know, if you build your army, and then you basically go and fight the other, like another person doing the same thing, right? And then once I got into the more competitive scene, one of my brother's friends, Pheng Her, an awesome guy, taught me like how to actually play it, right, and how to be more competitive with it,
strategic,
right? Yeah. And so then it wasn't about just building my army and sending them to a location, right? You learn how to hotkey things. You learn how to micromanage your army, so you could be more, so
not wasting anything.
Yeah. And then also like, so you're also looking and spying at your opponent to see what they have, and then you have to troubleshoot it, and you're essentially creative problem solving on the spot.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so what that taught me was, one, how do I be more efficient than my opponent, right?
Yeah.
Because now that I learned how to hotkey, instead of moving the mouse manually, I can just press a button. I can go here. I can go there. I can press a button.
10 times faster. Yeah.
And so I'm so much more like efficient, so much more like effective that way. And then you also learn. Let's see. You learn to be more efficient. Right, and then you also learn that there's timing in it, right? Yes. Like there's optimal times when buildings should go up.
Yeah,
and I just remember studying all that, and then trying to be as competitive. I was never really good. I never made it past like silver, right? It goes like bronze is the very beginner, and then silver, and then so I never made it past silver, right? And every time I did go to silver, I got my ass kicked and made it back to bronze. But like, that taught me how. And I was able to bring that to my real life, and how can I be more efficient and not waste my time and energy than not like my opponents, but like if like for competing for a job or like in school or in sports, how do I be more efficient? How do I better use my time, right? And then not just that, but the creative problem solving, right? Like what better way to learn how to to troubleshoot something than in a video game simulator, right?
Yeah.
The worst thing you want to do is learn
and mess up for real.
Yeah, try to learn these skills like in a job setting, right?
Yeah.
Or in a career, like in your career, like you're just now learning how to do that, and so that I was able to do that in the 20-minute time frame that I played this video game. I was able to work on how and think of ways to be more efficient, and then think of ways that I can answer what my opponent is doing, right? And how I can respond to them. And so I was able to take that into my life and do that with everything else that I did. Like, in sports, I'm not like a very athletic guy, but I learned that, hey, like I could grind, I could be more efficient than them, I can work harder. And then also the grinding aspect of it. So 3 things, I guess. Just because if you want to be good at something, you got to put in the time to perfect your craft, hard. Right?
You hear that, folks? Video games, life lessons, save lives, progress your life. Yeah, go play a video game. Go play
video games.
You might learn something. All right. So quick recap. Number 3, Red Dead Redemption 2. Number 2, the Diablo series or Blizzard, pretty much.
No, that was number 1.
Number 2 is a Halo. Yep. And then number 1 is the Blizzard. Anything Blizzards from Diablo 2 and from the Warcraft series. All right. Really quick. Just want to bring in. I did say that Pheng was a former bodybuilder back in the day. I do want to ask you, like, what made you decide to do this? And if you're cool with it, we'll throw like a picture of you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Like, bodybuilding back in the day. Just make sure it's a good one.
Yeah, I know, right?
But, like, and essentially, going back to what I said about StarCraft, right?
Yeah. And video games.
The video games, right? What the video games taught me, right? It was just like, okay, what do I need to do? Well, I first started wrestling. I started working out and getting in shape in like middle school, and then eventually joined wrestling in high school, right? And it was like, all right, what can I do in my off season to be as productive as I can, right? How can I improve my season by putting in that work, right? So grinding, right? Yeah. Right? Going back to video games, grinding. Yep. How can I be more efficient than my future opponents?
Yep. Schools that you're going up against.
Yep. And so what am I doing with my time? And so then it came from that because I didn't just want to work out. Like, I wanted to take it to the next level. I wanted to be the best at it, right? Yeah. Yeah. And it was just like, and then I picked up I think a health and fitness magazine, and they were talking about like bodybuilding, and I was like, wait, this is like a sport? This is a sport, right? Like, working out is a sport. Like, all right, cool. Like, this seems fun. So
and you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I started looking into it. It was something that nobody did. Right? Yeah. Nobody did
at that time. It made no sense.
Yeah, and so I was just like, why don't I just do this? This seems fun. This, like, I don't really enjoy wrestling. I enjoy outsmarting my opponent, and I enjoy the fitness aspect of it. Right? So then
plus, I get to look good,
Yeah. And so I was just like, well, this is what I really enjoy, so why not just do this and take it as far as I can? So I started working out with the intentions of becoming Mr. Olympia, right? That's like the highest level. Yes. That's the highest level bodybuilder, right? And that's what I did, man. And I did that. I started like sophomore year in high school. I gave up, or I left my wrestling season halfway through the year, and the craziest conversation was trying to explain to my high school wrestling coach that I am leaving the sport. Right, I'm supposed to be the captain of it next year. Yeah. I'm leaving the sport to stand on stage in a Speedo and oiled up, and
just look good.
Yeah,
for your senior year.
Yeah. So,
wow.
Yeah. So I left, and having that conversation with my coach. My coach was great at the time. He was just like, I get it. You're doing something productive still. Like, it's not that bad. But my teammates, man, my teammates was like, what are you gonna do? They blamed my girlfriend at the time. Yeah, they were like, because I was supposed to be the captain, and I was supposed to like play this big role my senior year.
Were you a good wrestler?
I was a garbage wrestler, man. I was just a garbage wrestler. It's like StarCraft, right? You just do it, you grind, you put in the time, and you become good enough.
Yes.
Right.
But you like. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, if in wrestling, it's another person.
Yeah.
That you're going against with.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you get pinned down.
Yeah.
Like what? Like, and I'm guessing like you've like either win constantly or you lost more like 2 in a row. 3
I
in a row.
lost more than I won.
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm like,
yeah.
So like to you, like how do you like 3 dudes just pinned me?
Yeah.
Like 3 times in a row. Like how do I go to the next?
Did you feel bad?
Yeah. Like how do you go to the next guy?
You know, like
still going in.
Because you said you weren't that good, but you were supposed to be the captain.
Yeah.
So you had something.
Yeah.
You had either the enthusiasm, you had the work ethic.
Yeah. I think that was it.
And
and like I was one of the few seniors there. Okay. I mean, our wrestling team, we had maybe 12 people.
All right.
Just enough to fill a roster. And so by default, you started wrestling since freshman year. So you're so whether or not I was really good or not, I don't know. But to answer your question, like how do I continuously lose and continue to go back
or win?
Right?
Yeah.
Well, the thing was, I didn't go back, right? Because I didn't go back my senior year. But going back to the video game thing, right?
Yeah.
Dude, you lose.
Yeah.
You're going to lose a lot more than you win.
Yeah.
Right?
Unless it's an easy game.
You have to put yourself out there, and you have to be willing to try, and you have to fail. And failing is just a part of that. And I think, and I grew up in the inner cities, North Minneapolis. Patrick Henry.
Yes.
All sporting programs sucked. Okay, I played football. I played football my junior, senior year. I kind of played my freshman year, but my junior year we won 1 game.
Back to the wrestling.
So I'm used to losing.
Yeah,
I'm used to losing. I'm used to losing. Yeah.
Yeah. Back to the wrestling into the bodybuilding thing.
Yeah.
How much did you cut for wrestling to make weight?
Yeah.
And how much did you build for bodybuilding?
So
because that's a big, huge change.
At my heaviest in wrestling, right? The heaviest I wrestled was like 140.
Okay.
So then, but the heaviest I ever got in bodybuilding was like 230-ish.
Almost 100 pounds of muscle.
Yeah. So I mean, not all of it was muscle. I mean, I was a big fat dude, but but I. Like God, and and so like the transition was tough.
You were huge.
Yeah. So if you're looking at the camera now, like I was probably maybe 8 inches wider.
Yeah. And, so we knew Pheng
50
back
pounds
then,
heavier than now.
And like now, it took a long time for us to get used to him.
I'm not that intimidated by him anymore.
Not anymore. Yeah. Because back then we were like, I want to be this guy's friend.
Right. The truth comes out.
I do not want to be his enemy. It's like I want to be his friend.
Yeah.
But kind of just going off of the bodybuilding. Did you catch the fights last night? Today is March 8th.
Yep.
UFC last night.
Yep.
Adesanya versus Romero and Zhang versus Joanna. Did you catch those?
I watched those last 2 fights. Yeah, those were the only 2 fights I think, and the one previously before that.
Really quick, apologies. I only asked this because Pheng also did a little mixed martial arts himself.
Yeah.
He's also 0-1 in
that. There you go.
0-1, man.
Yeah.
That's my gamer tag. I'm just the loser, right?
This guy is the best trier.
I am the biggest loser. Yeah.
The best try. He'll try it.
Yeah.
The biggest trier. But he did MMA mixed martial. That's why I have to ask you, what did you think about those 2 fights last night?
As a big, I grew up a big boxing fan.
Favorite boxer?
Bernard Hopkins. Bernard Hopkins. But I mean, I didn't watch his like later fights, when he's like 50 years old getting beat up,
And still winning championships.
Yeah. But Bernard Hopkins, I remember, even having access to those fights were hard.
Yeah.
And so I bought like a DVD of like the Felix Trinidad and Bernard Hopkins fight.
Wow.
And I watched it, and you know what I realized?
What?
boxing's fucking boring.
Yeah.
It's fucking boring.
Yeah.
Man. You watch 12 rounds of people like running around the ring.
Like the fight last
night.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, the main event.
The main event.
The main event.
Should we start with the main event?
Oh, yes.
So bad news and then good news?
Yeah. We'll start with that. I will say that for you, how you're saying boxing is boring.
Yeah.
Other than when someone gets knocked out.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I think that's
why Mike Tyson is so popular.
Yeah.
But that's what people want.
Boxing's hard to watch.
Yeah.
They want to see the action.
Yeah. I even went to like a live one. My wrestling coach obviously knew I was big into boxing, so he took me to a live amateur boxing match. Yeah. And you know what I saw? Like when I was awake, because I fell asleep there. Yeah. Because that's how boring boxing is, right? I fucking fell asleep there. And but when I was awake, and what I did see this 40-year-old man with heavily tattooed fight this like 15-year-old kid and just pummel this 15-year-old kid. Yeah. And I was like, why are they even allowed to fight?
Why are they even fighting?
Why are they even allowed to fight? That's not even fair. Like, this dude all tatted up, like he's like obviously been there before this, and then he's fighting this young guy, and he doesn't look like he really knows what he's doing. He just gets pummeled. Yeah. And that was probably the most exciting fight. Yeah. That I watched that day. But going back into Yoel Romero and Israel Adesanya, man.
Oh, really quick. Do you guys think Romero should have won?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yep. We just want to clear that. Yeah. Okay. That Romero should have did not win the fight.
I had so much expectations going into this, and that might be why.
Everybody has so much expectations going into this fight. The first round was a standing match.
Yeah,
it's a mind game. Almost.
It was a mind game.
And I have to say, the first those first 3 rounds.
Yeah,
I loved Yoel Romero's plan. When he walked out to the middle of the ring, he just put his head,
stood there.
Yeah, dude. Israel's head, man. He didn't know what to do, how to respond to that.
This guy is not jumping up and down.
I thought that. I thought it was strategic, and I thought he was gonna pick it up in the later rounds, which ended up not happening.
I was like, wow, what a game plan, though.
But
but it was a great game.
When I first saw that, I was like, wow, dude, Yoel's figured it out.
Like everybody else was like, oh, what are they doing? I was like, I understand what he's doing.
Yeah.
Look, he can. All he needs is one hit.
Yeah. He's that type of guy.
And he baited him, too. Yeah. And when Israel came in, he got caught like 2-3 times. He got caught hard, too.
But I think...
But those are the only 2 or 3 times that he got hit.
Yeah.
He was the aggressor, though. I will say that, Romero.
Yeah.
Yes. But Adesanya did get with the strikes. More damage.
More strikes. That leg.
Yeah.
Well, that's his fighting style. I think he responds to people, and then he just outdoes what people... tend to do, like he just does it better than everyone else, so then he can get away with stuff like that.
Okay, done. I don't want to talk about it because that was just like not what I expected. But we'll talk about the Zhang and the Joanna fight.
The Zhang and Joanna fight.
I will say
century,
this,
man.
This might be the best fight I've ever watched in UFC.
Yeah, I would say that's the best fight I've ever watched, and I would say like it's probably the best fight. Man, period. Across all fighting, like
because they will say for sure this is probably one of the best strawweight fights. But to me, this might be the best UFC fight I've ever seen.
Yeah, because you're talking about striking at its highest level.
Yeah,
we had this conversation about efficiency, right?
Yeah,
there was very little wasted effort.
Mm-hmm.
Hits were spot on. They were clean shots. They weren't like wide open.
No. They knew what they were doing. Yeah.
Joanna was getting clean shots too.
Getting clean shots.
She was getting clean shots.
Zhang was getting great counters.
Great counters.
Great shots also. She destroyed her legs. She destroyed the forehead. We can talk about that
all day. With the forehead. Oh, man.
But, like,
that was nasty.
And essentially, I went into this big on Zhang. I'm Asian, so I have to, right?
Yeah. The Asian before.
I wanted her to win.
Yeah. So, but I was worried that first like 2 minutes, man. She was getting touched up, but I felt like she took all of Joanna's big punches and realized this shit doesn't hurt.
Yeah. But Joanna was taking all of her big punches.
And I was like, these two chicks got some strong ass chins. Cause neither of them went down on any of the strikes. The time they went down, or like when they actually like
took them down,
like wrestling each other, and like actually fell down. And I was like, wow, like they were just going blow to blow to blow to blow. And I think they gave it to Zhang just because she was a champion. And
but I think she did a little more.
She did a little more too. Yeah.
I don't know if she did more, but she did more damage. Here's why they give it to Zhang, man. This is gonna be unpopular, and don't revoke my agent card after this. But China has a bigger population, right? It's a bigger market. They gotta make some money, right? They gotta bring in, she's Chinese, like she has the potential to be a hero to them.
Do you agree with the decision?
I agree with the decision.
A big part of that, a split decision.
A big part of that is my bias towards Jake because she's Asian, right? But traditionally, I've always, and when it comes down to power versus speed and efficiency, right? I've always been on the side of speed and efficiency, and I felt Joanna was tagging her more, being cleaner with her shots.
A lot cleaner.
A lot cleaner with the shots.
Can't deny that.
And Zhang did hit her, but she was missing a lot. She took a lot to throw those shots. But every shot she threw was rocking her. When it comes down to speed versus or power versus speed, I usually side on the side of speed. But that night,
Power one,
and that's when they were going to the judges' scorecard. I was worried. I was worried.
When they showed the strike differences, and like
the numbers,
numbers, and Zhang had more headshots, but then Joanna had more everything, more body,
and it was kind of close on the total, or that was kind of close.
But the other difference was Zhang had more takedowns. But they weren't major takedowns.
They weren't major, but I feel like that's
nothing comes out. But nothing came out of it.
It didn't. It really didn't.
There wasn't a moment where I was like, "Oh, Joanna's in danger."
Because you think that she would go into her signature clinch. Because she always had that into her clinch, that Muay Thai clinch, and then Joanna would reverse it, and now she has the clinch, or she has the her Zhang up against the wall. So
because she had a lot of good knee strikes in that match.
So, but kind of. And going through the athletic, the MMA, the wrestling, what do you? I wanted to ask you, with this mixed martial arts being athletes, wrestling being athletes, bodybuilding is like an athletic thing. What do you think of esports? Do you think those guys are athletes as well?
100%. And I'm not saying this. I think if you would have asked me this, even while I was playing a lot of video games, I would have probably said no, right? Because I would have said that it was like a physical thing that esports just doesn't do. But there's like a lot. There is a lot of like not like physical stuff. But like you're talking about like you're managing so many different things at the same time. You're doing so many different stuff, and it takes it's a real skill, and I think that's what it comes down to, right? Because let's look at darts, right? Darts, it's a sport, right? Because it takes a real skill, and esports is a legit skill, right? That not everybody can have, and not everyone is born with, right? Not everyone is born with that.
All right, I'm just gonna really quick pause there, really quick, make a shout out to our sponsors here. Onsite Dealer Solutions. Visit onsitedealersolutions.com. Detailing, make ready, reconditioning, lot management, and vendor management, all powered by our proprietary software and on-site staff and management. So check out their website for any detailing for your vehicles and for anything like that. But back to kind of the esports thing, we're agreeing that they're athletes as well. Do you think, because they put in the grind to what they do, and I know, there's a lot of like radio. There's a certain, I'm not gonna say names, but there's certain people out there that I used to listen to because they talk about sports, but they won't talk about esports, and they don't see esports, because they do think like gamers are like, big, fat, and, lazy guys, that.
That's partially true. No, I'm just kidding.
But because you're a video gamer yourself, but then you're like a bodybuilder, and you go all the athletes. So,
but it's all getting bigger because even athletes now, like professional athletes, are all gaming. Also.
I know, like Jeremy Lin, he games,
and all the esports events are selling out arenas.
Yes, they're big in Vegas. That's what for sure. There's a ton of big, big ones.
And the real question is, does the market support it? Obviously, there's a market, right? There's people that are interested. People are watching it. Yeah. I don't even play video games, and I would watch competitive StarCraft sometimes, or I'd watch competitive gaming sometimes, right? I would watch, gaming streams, right? And I don't even play video games, right? That's and so there's a market for it, and it's entertaining, and so I think it's just as much of a sport, and I'm not just saying here because I'm on a video game podcast. But I think legitimately it is just it's just as competitive. If you've seen like the grind of that some of those people put in, and one of my good buddies in college was this hardcore was LOL when that was big. League of Legends. League of Legends. And he would just smash, right? I don't know. I just know that he was winning all the time, and then they had like some local competition, and he'd go and I see the work that he put into leading up to that, and then when it came down to showtime, he just straight up ran over everybody. That was amazing to see.
Because it's even if it's not a lot of physical, it's a lot of mental. There's so many things you need to learn. So many different
counters.
Counter
of the counters.
You're playing different characters.
Troubleshooting things.
And you got to learn how to do everything.
And what I want you guys to know that even athletes themselves sometimes own some of the esports teams. Franchises. So Rick Fox, Shaq, they own esports teams. So I don't know. I just think people should open their minds more, seeing that esports.
And I almost like the fact that these big radio companies like ESPN aren't getting into it. Right? It's almost like before they got into the UFC, it was almost like this cool underground thing, right? And I think that's where esports is at right now, where it's like this hidden thing, and you almost don't want like a ESPN, like a mainstream guy that knows nothing about it commentating on it, right? That's what happened when Stephen A. Smith commented on the Cowboy Cerrone and
McGregor fight.
Right? You just have this guy who has no understanding of the sport, zero respect for the sport, just come in and just shit on a legend like Cowboy, right? And so do you really want ESPN? You really want Stephen A. Smith commenting on MMA, UFC, on an esport? You want that guy commenting on an esport? No, so it's almost nice, and I think it should stay not small, because it's definitely not small.
It's grown.
Right?
No, it's huge.
So huge. Not that it should stay small, but it should kind of stay underground. It should be theirs. Anytime you have these big corporations come in, you bring in a lot of these different personalities that don't know nothing about it, and then also there's a.
They're already almost there though.
I hope
they really are.
It shows on ESPN too.
Yeah, and then because right now, the UFC, in MMA, you've got a lot of people that don't really know, and they'll come in, they'll talk a lot of shit, and I think in MMA especially, once you've been through it, right, it's a respect thing, right? You don't talk shit about somebody NFL player who just broke their leg, right? And so if somebody just get knocked out, you don't call them a bum, and you don't, there's a respect thing about it, and I think when you bring in these big corporations that are just looking for viewers and clicks, and they're gonna say outrageous things like that. So I don't know enough about esports, right? But I don't know if I want to see Stephen A. Smith commenting on
of course not.
But
video game.
For you, if you were to do or participate in an esport, what would Pheng play?
You know,
or Trooper 100.
I'd play StarCraft.
For sure.
I love just like I said, it's creative problem solving. Yeah. You know, it's trying to be more efficient than your opponent. So I love that aspect of it, right? You're not just out muscling them, you're not outwilling them. Yeah. You know, you're
outplaying them.
Yeah, you're outplaying them, right? Yeah. And so that's a cool thing. And I'm sure that's the same with all video games. I just don't know enough about other esports.
Awesome. Kind of transitioning here. We're going through. We have Pheng here today. Trooper AKA Trooper 100.
Whoa.
Yeah. And so we kind of went through the athletics here and kind of into his top 3 gamings. Kind of transitioning into some of the animation, cartoons, anime shows that we used to watch. You did say you watched the new Pokemon Mewtwo Strikes Back remake.
Yes.
This one, the movie, I haven't seen it, but I'm guessing
I haven't seen it either.
The movie is like exactly the same.
It's exactly the same, same plot. You know, I didn't go back and rewatch the original one. Yeah. But you know, I did rewatch the new one again today, right? And it's the same exact movie. And then you also I think maybe. Because I'm not as huge of a Pokemon fan as I was back then. Mm-hmm. I think so some of that some of my awe and was lost. So I didn't I watched it now as I would watch any movies, right? I don't watch it.
It's a new movie.
It's a new movie.
And so and in the original one I remember Mewtwo commentates on a lot of things that's going on, right? I just feel like in a good movie, you should be able to have those feelings without somebody having a monologue telling you how you should feel about it, because Mewtwo's Mewtwo, towards the end he's like, oh, I realized that Pokemons and human could get along and yada yada, right?
But don't you think they need that though?
No. But in a good movie, you would be able to pick that up already without somebody telling you.
That's hard though.
Yeah, but somebody telling you this is what we learned today. That's essentially what I took it as, and I was watching it, and it was difficult to watch because. He has monologues throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, and
so he's kind of narrating the movie as it goes, and then towards the end he's like, "Oh yeah, I learned this and this and this," and I'm like, "Well, I just feel like in a good movie you should be able to."
And I feel
in the original he monologues throughout.
Yeah, and I feel like that's an exception because there are times when Mew is just like Mew 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 Mew, and then he goes, "You mean we're the same?"
Yeah,
but in a good movie, right? Mm-hmm. Even if they're not saying something you
don't
totally understand, you can pick it up. You can pick up oh shit, this is a moment without somebody saying, "Hey guys, this is a moment." Where I realized that I realized X, Y, and Z, and humans and Pokemon should treat each other better. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And so when I watched that, I was just kind of bummed out at that, but at the same time, it is a kids' movie.
Yeah.
And, I'm pretty sure they didn't want to stray away from the original.
Yeah.
And I did remember that was a big part in the original, too. But animation was cool, I guess. I would have liked it to be a little bit
I'll have
better.
to watch it.
That was the main reason I didn't watch the new one, was because of the new animation.
Yeah.
Because once I figured out it was basically the same movie as Pokemon.
Mewtwo Strikes Back. Yeah.
Pokemon Mewtwo Strikes Back. I was like, why do I need to watch this one?
Yeah, the cartoon was better.
Why won't I just why can't they just put the original one back on Netflix?
There was just so much more depth in that. And like in the cartoon one, right? Where because it's easier to draw an emotion, right, than to probably CGI it, right? Yeah. And CGI is probably expensive, so they probably weren't able to fit all that stuff in there.
And I don't know if you knew, but the voice actors are actually different from.
Oh, really?
The CGI one?
Yes. Okay. I would have to ask you this. Do you have a favorite anime? Have you seen...
Movies are good, right? Like
anything. We don't have to. Anything. Real quick, me and Worse. Okay, so we didn't record this, but we tried doing a top 10.
Yeah.
Best anime of all time.
Yeah.
Impossible. Yeah. Okay, even a top 5. Like the closest thing we could do is a top 5 of our own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than
it's so hard because anime is so vast, and then again, what's considered anime, right?
Yeah.
And then like there's just so much. Yeah. Right. And then you have, like a Naruto, right, which is a running series versus like a movie, right? So for me, my top anime is Ninja Scrolls, right?
Oh, yes.
And so I'm a very artistic person. I like to draw, so I can watch something like Ninja Scrolls and I can appreciate the art, right?
Yeah, that art was
just amazing, right?
Amazing.
Yeah, right? And
especially because we saw it when we were like, what, 12,
really
13?
Young. Yeah.
Yeah. And this was so much different than what we were watching at the time.
Yep. Yeah, like it was just like it was crazy. It dealt with a lot of like deeper things. And then so when we get onto the topic of animes, right? That's why I was never able to get into like a Naruto, right? I as a kid I was watching Ninja Scrolls, right? People chopping each other up, blood flying everywhere, right? And then you got Naruto farting in people's faces, right? So, right, like, so I just couldn't get into that. I remember one time, me and my buddy, we rode our bikes from Minneapolis to like Brooklyn Park to visit our friend, right? And we got there, and he wanted us to sit down and watch Naruto. We did, and we did. And we just napped. We just slept. We watched like the first like 4 episodes. There was some dude with a big sword. Like I was like, and I just couldn't get into it. I just couldn't get into it. I was like young and like energetic, and I just wanted to run and play and do shit, and I just couldn't sit and watch, like, watch it. And maybe
Ninja Scroll. What's your favorite part in the movie?
Ninja Scroll. Not to get too graphic, but when that big stone dude was fighting the chick, man, I probably hit puberty that day. Puberty started for me that day. Yeah. So that was amazing. Jubei, right? That was his name.
Jubei.
Yeah, and so his character was cool too. Like, I like the idea of this. He wasn't this super jacked guy. No. He's not your Superman, right?
Yeah, he's not good looking, not big.
Yeah, he's just like this regular guy.
Just wanderer.
But he's totally badass.
Yeah.
And that's what I loved about it. So like other animes that I enjoyed.
Did you enjoy Kenshin then? Did you even watch it?
I don't.
Kenshin,
I don't know if I ever did.
No, those are
No.
Bleach, I've watched like an episode.
I just like how he says he loves Ninja Scroll.
Kenshin, I mean, like, because if you want like the action
of a Ninja Scroll,
I mean, we're not. It's like
it's close.
I don't know a lot of animes that I've watched that are there. But I mean, Kenshin had the action, it had the blood, it had the draw. But it wasn't as it's not rated R.
Can you pull up a photo of it? Okay. I just want, if I see the main character, I might be able to, like, I might know it. But another anime that I was really into, and it wasn't that big, and it didn't get like, there wasn't too many series, or at least that I knew of, was Vampire Hunter D.
Yeah. Yes.
D? Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Amazing.
Yes.
Right? And so when you watch something like that, you just can't go back to watching.
Okay,
because these are two different genres.
Yeah, and so that's the thing for me. It's like, what is anime? Yeah, what is anime? What is classified?
that's Vampire Hunter D is way more mature genre than Naruto, Bleach, even in Kenshin, because Kenshin was still for kids also. But Vampire Hunter D,
great movie.
I probably shouldn't have been watching it.
No,
at the time
I know,
but it was
that was
awesome.
a great.
we were all watching it at the time. Anyway.
I totally forgot about Vampire Hunter D because he's like, it was interesting because a vampire hunter.
Yeah.
But he's like kind of a vampire himself.
Yep.
And he has this hand thingy.
Yeah, that talks to him.
Yeah. And like
awesome, man.
Yeah, and then there's like that talks to him, and he he's just a wanderer himself.
Yeah.
And he just kind of has to like take jobs along the way, and then in the movie they, I'm not gonna spoil it, but like he goes, this girl like gives him asks him to do a job for him, kill down this vampire, and then that's it goes on from there, but kind of same thing as Ninja Scroll.
So if you want to watch real anime, right? You're tired of people farting in people's faces. You're tired of people chugging down udon noodles, right? Go watch Vampire Hunter D. Go watch Ninja Scrolls. And then like on a related genre like Akira, right? That was pretty dope for me.
Yes.
I still watch it I try to watch it today, and it still kind of goes over my head. I'm not 100% sure what the storyline is, but apparently like you got to read it and to really understand what it's about.
One of our other friends, Chong, were saying Akira is probably the first big anime movie that went worldwide. And it was kind of like this guy Akira just. But again, go watch it. Go watch it, and you can find out more about it. But again, animation totally different. It's interesting because you don't like any of the new animes. Look, Ninja Scroll, Vampire Hunter D,
ancient.
Ancient. Akira.
You can't even find a DVD of it. No. They're all VHS.
This has to be like a remake in order for it to be DVD or Blu-ray. So these are like super old anime. Old school anime.
Old school as of right now.
And it could have been, when these newer animes came out. I was probably like 13, when Naruto came out. So I was probably thinking I'm too cool for cartoon too. So I just never got into it, but like I grew up watching that. And as a person who appreciates art, like I couldn't watch that and then go back to watching
Naruto or something like that.
Yeah, everything else.
So. Again, I like both.
Yeah,
I am pretty sure Worst likes both.
Of course, I can watch anything.
We can watch anything. Right now, the big one is My Hero Academia for me.
I hear that a lot. I hear that.
That one is huge. We never heard it first, and then me and my wife went to GalaxyCon, and everybody there was dressed up as a My Hero Academia. Okay. And they had a whole wall of kids, adults on just My Hero. And I was like, what is this anime? And we gotta watch this. So we came home and watched it, and oh my god. So good.
That good.
So good. It's so good.
It's okay.
Yeah, my wife loves, what is that? The alchemy one.
Full Metal Alchemist. Yes.
Yeah.
So good. That's a great one too.
I watched a little part of it, and I cried in it, man. I loved it. I thought it was amazing.
Full Metal Alchemist? Yes.
I didn't watch the whole thing, but
So you didn't watch the whole thing, and you only watched some of it, and it still got to you.
And it still got to you.
Oh yeah. That's how good it is.
That's how good
I could just be a very sensitive guy.
Do you remember which part?
I think it was.
Was it the dog and the girl?
Yeah, something about a dog, and I think was the dog like the dude's dad or something, or some girl's dad, and they turned it into a dog or something.
Yes,
of course,
something like
that. Gets everybody.
So the dad turns his daughter into one of the chimera, the dog.
Something like
that.
To
keep her alive, or no, not. It was not even to keep her alive. It was just
it was
a test subject.
As a test subject.
And I watched that, and I just. I don't blame the dad, right?
I
don't remember all the specifics, but
don't end the show here.
you love your kid so much, you want your kid to continue. Like
that wasn't even the reason. That wasn't even the reason.
Okay.
The reason was he needed to continue his test.
So it wasn't like I love my child. I want my child to live and to continue to exist.
No. If I don't show any progress, I don't get any support.
I ran out of money. I ran, and like they can't.
So he was like, "Look, I need to show
to make sure my Chimera testing.
Yeah, I need to show something so that I can still get support."
Okay. Maybe.
And guess what? It succeeded because he turned his daughter into a Chimera.
So maybe I mistook it, but it was still very sad. I definitely remember crying from that though.
All right. I think it's time.
Is it time?
I think it's time,
man.
I think we gotta
roll up my sleeves.
Throw the gloves on. Yeah. All right, so
tie my shoes.
Figure this out.
All right, and the reason why we're getting ready here, is because Pheng, or Trooper 100, is a big Superman supporter.
Yes.
And if you know me, Batman is my number one superhero. Yep. Batman is my number one superhero.
My number one DC superhero is Green Lantern.
Green Lantern.
Trash.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? He'll beat both of you guys.
What?
Okay, no.
What?
Okay.
I don't know, man. You can stay out of this conversation.
Yeah. You can stay
out. You
can
sit down over there. Hold the camera.
Yeah.
We'll have this one another day.
Yeah,
but we can do YouTube first.
So we're gonna have him just be a judge.
Yeah. All right.
Be a judge. You don't have to.
State your arguments.
Okay.
Guys.
Okay. I'll let him go first, but you don't have to say who's the winner. You just
no. You have to decide.
Okay. You're right. No, I lied. Yeah. You have to. You have to decide who's the winner.
Okay. And so I want to make this clear.
And bring out the supporting arguments.
So it's Superman versus Batman.
No, they have.
Who's gonna win in a fight, or who's the better superhero?
Let's go with who's the better superhero.
Okay.
Or do you want to?
Yeah, because you know you're losing a fight.
No, we can do that too.
Yeah.
We can do that too.
You know you're losing a fight.
We can do that too. We can do that.
Lost in a fight.
Who?
Superman's lost in a fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Are you ready?
And I'll say why he lost in the fight.
Are you ready? Are you ready to go? Are you
whenever you guys are ready.
All right, go.
Okay, we ready?
Go.
Okay, and I have to admit, right? I've never flipped open a comic book with Superman and Batman, right? I love Superman because I love the fact that there's somebody out there who is legitimately good, uncompromisably good, right? Who stands for hope, right? Who's looking out for humankind, right?
Yes.
That being said, right? And then so he's all powerful. That being said, he's an alien, all powerful, overpowered in many situations.
Well overpowered.
Right?
Well overpowered.
So he's not relatable, right? And the only reason why Batman wins is because Batman's more relatable and DC has to sell comic books.
I don't think Batman's more relatable than Superman.
No.
Batman he's human. You're comparing a human and here's the thing, right?
I was ready for this.
And here's the thing, right? Because Superman's character is this guy that he's supposed to be, and only recently have they started playing around with this idea where he can potentially be bad or something goes wrong where they try to humanize him, right? But his origins, he comes out as this all good, all like this Boy Scout that just does right, that can't be wrong, right? So I like the fact that there's something like that exists, or this Superman. Idea of this person exists, right? Because I just feel like everyone should strive to be better and to help each other wherever they can. And so like that's awesome, right? You are this like humans like symbol for help, for hope. And then if we're talking about Superman versus Batman, right?
That's why we're here, man.
Right? Better superhero.
All of the villains in any Justice League movies are all Superman villains, right? Batman gets beat up by a clown, right?
Oh, Batman, do not underestimate the Joker here.
Has a hard time with the dead guy. Man, in a refrigerator, right? Superman breathes ice out of his breath. Okay, Batman struggles with a guy in an ice suit. All right, so and if we just look at it, he's human. At the end of the day, Batman is human. If Superman wanted to, he could float a mile away and just shoot him with his laser beams through his eyes. Game over. Game over. All right. And if you want to talk about his gadgets and his like belt and stuff like that, and things that he can do to prepare for that, Superman has that. What is that? So whenever the Justice League they capture a bad guy, right? They banish them to the Shadow Realm, or what is that? What is that called?
It's
I don't even remember.
It's not. It was just in Young Justice.
Yes,
it
was just in Young Justice.
I just watched it the other day.
So if Superman really wanted to, Superman just banished Batman out, right? And no zero problems, right? While Batman, as a human, right, he's got human urges. He's jacking off in the bathroom, right? Superman can just fly by the window, float by the window, and say, "Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna shoot you with my laser beams." Right. Game over. So and and I went to school for this, right? Physically, he's a human, right?
Yeah.
If he took a punch from Darkseid, right? Like in the animations, right?
But he's taking a punch from
Darkseid.
He would die, though. No human would exist, right? If you're being thrown through a concrete wall, every bone in your body's going to break.
Physically.
Right? So, Batman wins because he's more relatable to humans. Oh, okay. And he deals with emotions like humans, and nobody wants to see this overpowered individual, right? So then they have to make Batman more competitive. All right. That's the only reason why Batman wins. So inconsistencies in the storyline is why Batman wins.
All right, can we all
go?
Can we?
And then when you bring up when Batman beats Superman in any comic, I can tell you where the inconsistency is.
All right, hold on. Here's the thing. Can we all agree that Batman has no powers? Right?
Yes.
And he is the only member, other than Robin, that's in the Justice League.
Does that make him a better superhero?
That has no powers. Right?
No.
Who else?
Green Arrow.
And Green Arrow. Yes. Yeah, no, Green Arrow does not have powers.
So does he win in a fight against this super
Yes,
human
hold on,
being?
let me get there. But with no powers, Green Arrow's also no powers, and
a couple of them.
But the leader of the Justice League is Batman.
Whoa, guys, slow down.
No,
slow down. Google Justice League. Who's in front?
Dude, no.
Who is in front?
Google.
No, and not the Justice League movie.
No,
the DC movie.
No.
Google a comic book.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
Who's in front? End of discussion right now.
Leader of Justice League.
No.
There you go. There you go.
No.
Leader of the Justice League.
Google. Justice League.
I Googled
Google an image.
Leader of Justice League.
No,
it goes Bruce Wayne. Although Superman has always been considered the Justice League's natural leader, Batman, on the other hand, is a tactical leader and very good at it. And since Bruce Wayne is a billionaire, Batman is also a benefactor of the Justice League. So,
you know who started the Justice League?
Bruce Wayne found all of them. Why? But why? Because Bruce Wayne found all of them and created them because he couldn't deal with the villains, right? Right? He couldn't deal with a villain from outside of the world, so he had to find Superman. He had to find Cyborg. He had to find everybody else.
Actually,
right?
I think
he was getting beat up by clowns.
Oh, your turn is done.
Go. No. Okay, no. Do that though. Google Justice League. Justice League.
Look,
not Justice.
We see pictures with Superman in the front.
Who's in the front? And not the Justice League movie, because again they have to make it. Who's dead center?
Yeah.
Who's dead center? Who's dead center on all the photos?
All right, so really quick. All right, I do want to say this. Bruce Wayne founded the Justice League, not because there's like aliens and all that he couldn't handle them all. It was actually, I think, a coincidence that all the aliens were I don't know what issue, but there was like a catastrophe in the planet, and all the heroes actually just got together and say, what are we gonna do? So that's kind of like.
So did Bruce Wayne really find them if they all just coincidentally got together?
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah.
The storyline.
Yeah, no, and yeah,
I just know.
And I don't want you to use that.
Whoops,
and I'm just going that based off of what's the show?
Justice League.
Yeah, Justice League. So there's the show Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. Yeah. So it was just kind of a coincidence.
He's getting nervous.
No, it was just kind of coincidence. So I'm just saying, Bruce Wayne is the leader of the Justice League. One thing about Batman. Okay, we're gonna go Batman. Not Bruce Wayne, but Batman. Aside that he was a billionaire, we all know his tragic. Yeah. That his parents were killed when he was young, and
very
he had
relatable.
Yeah.
Very relatable.
Yeah, but so he had to become this new guy. So what does he do? Batman is probably the best preparation superhero ever. Okay. Best superhero. Like, you don't think he's prepared for it? He's prepared. Yes. And so what does he do before he becomes Batman?
Yes.
He becomes a great martial artist. Mm-hmm. He goes learn the martial arts so he can fight. All right. Yeah. And what else does he do? Oh, because he's going to be like governing Gotham. Yeah. He becomes the greatest detective. All right. Yeah. He becomes the greatest detective. Okay. And so with like an event happening, he will know like, how am I going to like solve this problem? Who is my evil enemy that I'm going to face today? All right. And dude, don't bash the Joker like that, man. This guy,
I love that character. I love the character, but to prove my point, another human with psychological issues, really dark, awesome for a movie, right? It makes a very relatable and a very real villain, right? Versus some alien with
dark side.
Yeah. Dark side. Right? Look, but here's the thing, okay, this why. And we could go into this too. Darkseid versus Joker. Like, Darkseid is just like, I'm here, I'm going to destroy this planet, and blah, blah, blah. Joker, before, everything is fine in Gotham. Yes. Everything is fine in Gotham. And little do you know, Joker has the whole city already in helm, and like, it's going to be destroyed. And who's going to have to stop him?
So,
Batman.
To credit, not Batman, the credit goes to the writers.
No. Okay.
The writers. No. Because they can tell their story.
No. And hold on.
But you can't tell. There's no way. There's a reason why all Superman movies tell his origins, right? Because that is the only human characteristics that he has, right? Growing up with this small family on a farm, with having that relationship with his dad teaching him how to be good, right? And then losing his dad, right?
Yeah.
That's the reason why all Superman movies talk about his origins. Everything else, him just being this overpowered individual that just runs around and just destroys every villain that comes his way. Nobody wants to watch that, right? So
hold on.
So there's more room for a Batman story, right? The Batman,
and that's why Batman is better, because there's always room to grow. And not just that. Look at Superman. What sidekick does Superman have?
Super dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Super kid.
All right.
Because he doesn't need one.
Yeah, but
Batman is his sidekick.
Yeah, so
Batman is Superman's sidekick.
No, right? Batman isn't Gotham.
So Batman, when
Superman is gone, okay, there's nobody to take his place anymore. It's done. Superman's so when Batman's gone, who takes his place? Nightwing will take his place.
Does that make him a better hero?
No, but that's what the thing. But that's what he does, though. He is willing.
So he grooms.
He grooms people, and they're willing. What is that? He knows Gotham will be safe. The next generation can take. He has trained these guys to be just as good as he is. Mm-hmm. All right, but back to just Batman. All right, not just that he's a. What do we got? He's the greatest detective. Yeah. You know, he's a martial artist. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Can I respond to those two things before I forget?
Yes.
All right. As a martial artist, right? Being the greatest martial artist is still limited. if somebody can punch holes through buildings.
He is a martial artist. Probably not the greatest.
Right?
Right? Yeah, he's just a martial artist.
But no matter how good you are, if somebody's got a gun.
Yeah.
Right? You're gonna lose.
But that's how good Batman is.
Yeah,
like,
he's
and that's what I'm saying. This guy,
is he dodging laser beams?
But Superman doesn't need to dodge bullets.
Yeah, of course.
Superman is faster than a bullet.
Well, he just takes bullets. How did he?
But he's faster than a bullet. So yes, Bruce Wayne can dodge bullets.
He needs to dodge bullets.
Physiologically impossible.
Unless you're an alien.
No, but unless you're well, here's the thing though. That's why he can though. Not just he's smart. All right, that's the next thing I was gonna say. This guy is smart. He knows technology. Yes, he knows technology. He has the money to fund these technologies.
Yeah,
and not just that, but like when going into like his suits.
Yeah,
they're not. He's not like He's not breaking bricks or like walls and knocking them down just because he can. He can alternate his suits to do that for him. His suits give him there are certain suits that will give him strength.
Yes.
And there are certain suits I gotta dive underwater for numbers of hours.
Yeah.
I gotta make a suit that will allow me to do that.
Does he have a suit dedicated to fighting Superman?
Here's the thing. He has. Yes, you just stole my my ending there.
Okay.
So
what? That's the easy one. That's the easy one. I hope you're not playing with that one because that's the easy one.
No, but that's an easy one. That's the thing though. There was a scene where like they're just looking up and Batman has this one piece of kryptonite in a little Ziploc bag and all he had to do was this.
Yeah.
And he was just like, hurts, doesn't it? And then he threw it away. Yeah. Just to show him that I got you. Like, no matter what you do, I am prepared. I am a step ahead of you. And whatever you do, I got you. And in not the movie Batman versus Superman. Yeah. Have you seen that?
I have.
Okay.
I loved it.
Okay.
I loved it.
Yeah. I loved it too.
I loved it.
Oh, I liked it a lot, actually.
You're one of the few, so yeah. I like it.
Because I'm not I'm not even like a Ben Affleck guy. Yeah. And I didn't like him as Batman. Here's the one thing I will say about Batman movies. There's a ton of them, and not a lot of them are good. Yeah. But
better than anything Superman though.
Yes, I will. Man of Steel was pretty good.
Man of Steel was good. Yeah.
Yes.
I loved it. It got a lot of flack, but
Man of Steel was actually good. It's a little long, but actually, it would actually surprise me that it was actually pretty good. But
wow, you're one of the few people that thinks it's good. I think it's good, awesome too.
Man of Steel. Yeah. Like
my brother likes them.
Really? Yeah. Like my bad. Like trilogy of Christian Bale Batman's good. Man of Steel's good, and Wonder Woman, Aquaman, those are good.
Can I just respond to the whole like kryptonite. Lifting the bag of kryptonite, right?
Yeah.
That sounds like somebody who's like that smells like that's like a small man syndrome thing to do, right? Like
no, that's not. No, that's
like hey, look, if you are really confident, you don't have to show that you can beat somebody up, right? Superman knows he can whoop Batman anytime. He doesn't need to remind Batman, stay in your lane because I can whoop you, right? It sounds like somebody who's like emotionally not like all 100%.
No,
and nobody is.
That's why he's like, stay in your lane because you don't know what you're getting to, dude.
No. But it sounds like the small man syndrome where he has to be like, look, I can be tough too. Here's my kryptonite. Where it's like, well, that's not necessary. We're friends. Yeah. Superman is like, hey, look, we're friends. What are you doing?
No, that's I'm telling you, that's the first time they meet. Or first time that they know each other. Because we all know right away, Superman knows who Batman is.
Yeah.
Yes.
He can see through his mask.
Yep.
Batman also knows who Superman is.
Batman. Here's the thing. Batman knows everyone.
Yeah.
He knows everyone, and he knows everyone's alter ego.
How does that make him a better superhero?
He's already prepared. He's already found out he's already found out everyone's strengths and weaknesses.
Okay.
As Batman, that's how smart he is. Hold on, and then let me get. There was a clip where
he's panicking.
No, there was a clip where Batman. They found out Batman.
Ladies and gentlemen, you guys are watching the slow demise of a Batman fan.
No, Batman.
At the end of this, he's going to turn into a Superman.
No,
fan.
Don't listen to him because Batman. They're like Batman has the ability to sabotage the Justice League because he knows.
So you saw the same cartoon episode I saw. So
no. Yeah. No, but
what does that mean?
He saw. Was it? They all know that he knows everybody's identity. He knows everybody's strengths and weaknesses, and he has a plan. If that one superhero goes bad, he knows how to stop them.
Yeah.
Look. Right.
Say it.
Would you want to be friends with somebody?
No.
Hold on.
Superman can do the exact same thing.
Yes. No. He can.
No. Right? You know why?
He can. What? Like he has the.
He's stronger than everyone.
One of his superpowers is that he learns things fast. Right. He can read. Like he can go through libraries and take in all that knowledge. So what Batman has taken a lifetime to learn, Superman can learn in 5 seconds. All that preparation work goes to nothing.
Batman.
If Superman wanted to, he can just go and read Batman's diary and say, "Oh, this is what he's plotting."
Batman doesn't have a diary. Batman has the his Batman system.
It's his.
Superman doesn't know how to hack any of that. Batman can hack everything.
Yeah, but
Batman can hack everything.
Superman has the ability to.
Superman be like override Superman. Like, nope. Computer will not grant access to Superman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ending statements.
I'm not ready to end this.
No, I'm not ready to end this either. Yeah, this podcast is going. We're going another 30 minutes.
Let me just say this, right? Right. As a human, right? Yes. Do you want a friend who has secret plots to kill you?
Oh.
In your friend group? Well, would you still be that? Would you continue to be that person's friend?
Here's the thing, though.
That's just like a shitty person, like a shitty thing to do as a person.
As a human or as a superhero?
Here's the thing. Batman, though, he's not there to be anybody's friend. He's there to get the job done. Yeah. Okay. He said that himself. He's nobody's friend.
That's the truth.
And that's the truth. All right. Like what? And like what's more? Like that's why this guy has never married anybody. He has no like strong relationships. Because guess what? What's more important to Batman? Gotham. You know, getting the job done, saving the people, so nothing happens what it had did with his parents. That's why Superman is on point to what his goal. All right.
Okay.
Superman, guess what? This dude wants to fuck Lois Lane. This one has to he wants to go his regular life. He has a regular job. All right. Bruce Wayne, he's a CEO. What does he have to do? What does he have to do? He doesn't have to do worry about anything. He has Lucius to do his day-to-day job, and he has his Alfred to take care of his day-to-day life. Like this guy focused on being Batman.
That makes him a better hero. How?
Yeah, because he's focusing on being a better hero.
But
day and night.
Here's the thing, right? And we talked about athletes, right?
Yeah.
And we talked about esports, right? No matter how hard I train, I'm not going to beat LeBron James in basketball. No matter how good Batman is, he's just not going to beat Superman.
But he has.
Right? Yeah. Again, inconsistencies within the writing. And they have to sell comic books. So they have to Batman has to win as the more relatable hero.
But what are you talking about? He can't win in strength, but because that's everyone agrees in that. Superman is stronger.
So
in a fight, what can I use? Is there rules here?
No rules.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, so if Batman has time to prep stuff, right?
Yes.
Superman can prep stuff. He has the ability to learn anything as everything within a glimpse of a second. So you don't think he's gonna learn Superman's plots and learn his weaknesses and learn everything that can potentially go wrong with that within matters of seconds before going into a fight with Batman?
What do you gotta say?
No, because Superman has already surpassed those plans as well. He has already countered Superman's counter. That's how far Superman is willing to go through the preparation and the planning.
Yeah,
trust me. So if you haven't seen Batman versus not the movie, but the actual cartoon movie, Batman and Superman, they go at it, right? It's bloody. Superman getting licks on him. He's taking advantage.
Okay, stop.
Hold on. Let me finish.
If Superman hit Batman one time, game over.
Yeah, no. But then he's in his
inconsistency.
Yeah, let me explain
the story.
Yeah,
or it's either that or Superman's such a good guy. He's like, I don't want to hurt my friend.
But then
go easy on him, right?
But Batman is in his super metal suit, though. See, Like it's not. I'm not saying like a free lick.
Bro,
like
this
right,
guy
you
like
know,
moves planets.
Yeah.
Superman moves planets. You think a metal suit is really gonna stop Superman?
Well, he didn't break it. That's for sure. That's how preparation Batman goes into
inconsistency in the writing.
All right, and then so at the end, Batman gets Superman down. Like he literally goes I'm not even gonna kill you. This is what he says to Superman. I'm not even gonna kill you. I just want you to know that if I wanted to, I could beat you. And at that moment, Superman wins, right? Because of one thing, Batman gets a heart attack at that moment. What? Batman gets a heart attack, and that's the only reason in that movie that Superman escapes. And he goes, Bruce, and then of course everything goes okay. They, it's fine now. Like they become friends again and stuff.
If they fight 1 billion times, how many times does Batman win? I can count the times that Batman would win on my fingers if they fight 1 billion times.
I can't give you that number just because.
Who's gonna win most of the time?
Batman. But here's the thing, though. What Batman would say. You're
in such denial, dude.
What Batman would say is he would actually go and calculate how many times he would beat Superman, and if he wouldn't even go into the fight, he would have said, "I would have lost. Out of 1 billion times, I would have lost this many times. So I'm not gonna fight him because I would lose." That's how much.
So Batman knows that he won't win in a fight against Superman.
And
you're arguing with me that
no.
Batman would beat Superman in a fight.
Yeah, and that's why he
goes.
But
Batman already says, I won't beat him in a fight.
Yeah, no, I'm saying if he prepares and he sees the numbers that I'm not going to beat him in the fight, he won't fight him. But he does fight him because he already figured the numbers out. I can beat this guy. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say here, man. He can win. That's what he's trying to say.
He can win.
That's all he can do.
So if everything worked out perfectly, in a perfect scenario for Batman, he can win.
And he's going to take that chance. And he will go dying to know that he could do that chance. That's the difference between Batman and Superman. And that's why Batman is better than Superman. Done! Preparation to the next level. Greatest detective ever. Martial artist. Billionaire. Philanthropist.
Superman has the ability to learn all that in seconds.
I don't know, man. Mm-hmm. He can learn it.
So all that prep work, everything just kind of goes out of the window because Superman can do that in 5 seconds right before the fight.
And then look, if he could prepare, he just brings a wall of kryptonite if he wanted to. And Superman is just be like that.
Superman could just grab the moon and chuck it at Earth.
No, if he threw a wall of kryptonite on it, he would not be able to fly.
Okay, so what's Batman gonna do if Superman just pushes Earth out of orbit and now climate change is completely different now, right? And the climate
to beat Batman,
and then you can't.
Is he doing that to beat Batman? Or is he doing that because, he's a good guy and is what you were trying to say?
To beat Batman.
Yeah.
To beat Batman.
Well, then he's no longer a good guy because in order for doing that to beat Batman, the rest of the world will suffer.
We're talking hypothetically, right? We're talking hypothetically, right? Yeah. So if Batman and Superman was on Earth, just them, right? Look. Superman could just fly away, either shoot him with a beam, or he can just push the Earth a couple miles out of orbit and watch Batman die slowly as he just eats popcorn.
Look, if we're going hypothetically, it goes numerous ways for Batman. Yes, because guess what? Because look, Batman. If we're going that route, Batman can own a spaceship. He's a billionaire. All right, he can own his own spaceship. He can go to space with Superman and take this battle to another planet and take it there. Yeah, so Earth will still be safe.
Can just destroy
again
that spaceship.
No preparation, man.
No problem. So what is he gonna do if Batman or Superman just decides, hey, I'm gonna just shoot him with a laser beam from 37 miles away?
But he's countered his laser beam. He has had suits.
What did he do?
That had suits that deflect the laser beam before. It's deflected laser beams before.
Okay. Yeah. So you deflect one of Superman's 100 powers.
Yes.
He's had. Well, that's the thing.
Okay. Batman, breath, right? I just breathe ice on you.
Strength and weaknesses. Batman has gone through all of Superman's strengths and weaknesses, and I'm guarantee you there are counters for those.
Can you just tell him he lost?
No. All right, you know what? This could go on forever.
In a fight, you've already admitted that more times than not, Superman would win.
No, I admit it. No, here's what I admit.
The better superhero is.
You admit the Batman
Superman is the better superhero still, I would say.
Okay, and what I am admitting, if Batman did the numbers, this is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, if Batman did the numbers and he found out that he can't beat Superman, he would not go into that fight.
Yeah,
I can't
win.
You
don't have a choice.
Yeah, no, but he does.
You guys are fighting.
Yeah, but
because you and I are telling them to fight, they're going to fight.
But that's what I'm saying. If he knows and he goes into the fight that he would not win, he would rather not fight and concede to Superman.
So he loses.
Yeah, but that's the thing. He goes into this calculating the numbers. Yeah. How many times would I fight Superman? And he goes in and he has decided that.
Let me ask you this question.
I will beat him more than he will beat me, and that's why they go into the fight.
As a superhero, and you have to calculate if you're gonna win or not to go save the planet, but you calculate that you can't save the planet, and you don't go save the planet because apparently you calculated that it doesn't matter anyways. Are you a better superhero than somebody that's just gonna go try?
Based on calculations?
Yes.
Okay. Based on calculations, I think Batman will calculate it, prepare like he normally does to the limit, fullest. But there are times he does try, and he does sacrifice himself.
Yeah. I've seen it.
And I've seen that too. Right? There are times where he'll tell, like, there was one time where the only way to stop this asteroid, right?
Yeah.
He tells Flash and Green Lantern to get off these ships, and I'll follow you guys behind. They get off these mini ships, and they fly off. And what does he do? It's like, the only way to stop them is if I run my ship into that. It's nice knowing you guys. Yeah. And he goes, and guess what? You know, he puts his life out there knowing that he could die.
And then he gets saved.
By Superman.
All right. But he goes in knowing that I'm answering his question. Yeah. He goes in knowing that the number that he has to do. Yeah, he has to do this. Mm-hmm. He's gonna die. Yeah. You know, and it's the only way to save the planet. And he goes in anyways.
Right. But Superman has died trying to save the world. So and it's not a calculation or it's not a numbers thing. He just does it because it's the right thing to do. That's why he's the better superhero.
And that's why
I think questions asked.
And I think that's why again Batman's better. Batman's never died. All right, until old age.
Yeah, if he dies, he's dead. He's human.
Yeah, he's never died yet, and until like as of old age, and Superman has died more than once. Yeah. So
you want to know why he keeps getting reincarnated? Because Batman gets his butt whooped and then realizes he needs his friend Superman to come save him, so he has to reincarnate Superman.
And that's how good he is. He's willing to like find out that he's
only
Superman
doing this
based on the situation
because he can't win.
So what does Superman do? Die again?
No, Superman comes in and saves the world.
Yeah,
but like a man.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, would you agree that Goku is the strongest human being in his universe?
Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
No, we both agree that
okay. We won't go there.
We won't go there. Okay. We just go watch the first episode, man.
Of what?
Our podcast. We just got done saying that Gohan's the greatest Saiyan ever.
If Superman had a son, Superman's son would be the greatest.
Yeah. But a biological son?
Yeah.
Okay, I did not know that.
With his powers, not a half human mutt. Which is
the only
him and Lois have.
The only one I know is Connor Kent, the clone. But
no, him and Lois.
All right, let's kind of wrap this up.
Okay, so
what do you
think?
Make
a decision.
Yeah,
better superhero.
And you know what? I do have to say, it was so easy. Like, I just had to troll you. I can tell you were getting emotional.
No,
I just
man cannot take Batman. Man, Batman is
okay. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Yeah,
go ahead.
In my decision, the better superhero is Superman.
Oh no! All right, I need a new co-host.
Guys, we're taking applications.
Like, realistically speaking, Batman has all the suits. And he has a metal suit, but it's just basic metal. And if it was thrown with a real punch from Superman, who can destroy a planet.
I don't know, man. Like, Batman could get you psychologically, too. He is, yeah. Telling you.
Yeah, Batman can get you psychologically.
Yes. That guy knows how to talk.
But Superman doesn't need all of that just because he does what he needs to do.
I don't know.
He's the better comic book character.
He's the better comic book.
Batman?
Oh, Batman is the better comic book character. But because he is human and they can exploit a lot of human errors.
Better superhero, Superman. Unless there's no sun.
You know what?
If there's no sun, Batman wouldn't exist.
Of course.
They're wrong. Batman is definitely greater than Superman.
Leave your answers in the comments.
Yes, leave your answers in the comments, please. Well, man, we're gonna have a round 2. I already know this, but
yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
I can add in my better superhero than both of them.
But I
don't know too much about Green Lantern. No. You don't know why? Because he's irrelevant. Yeah, irrelevant superhero.
First of all,
he's in the back. Is he even in one of those pictures?
Yeah,
I think Justice Flash League is better than both.
First of all, Green Lantern. There's like 1,000 of them. Yeah.
No, but we only need to talk about the best Green Lantern.
I don't know. In Young Justice, there's 2.
The best Green
in the
Lantern.
Justice League.
I saw the Green Lantern movie and it wasn't very good. So.
No, we don't talk about that.
We don't talk about that one.
We don't talk about the movie. We just talk about the best Green Lantern.
Anyways,
Hal Jordan.
We're kind of ending up here, closing up here. Hey, man.
Can I just say one more thing, man?
Go ahead.
I just wanted to say thank you to you guys for letting me on.
No problem.
And then also,
it's great to have you.
I think what you guys are doing here is incredible, man. You know, we talked a little bit about this earlier.
Yes.
Yeah. But you know, I hear and I meet incredible people with a ton of ideas, and one of the things that I hear most commonly is that I'm just afraid to put myself out there, right?
Yeah.
And you guys are doing that through you and your wives, like vlogs. You guys are putting yourselves out there. And that's incredible. That's so inspirational. So thank you guys for doing that.
Thank you, man.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for coming on.
And as a new father, I'm always trying to find creative outlets for my kids, right? And so this is something new. I would like to start inspired by you and just seeing you do this. Kind of is going to a lot it can be done, right? Just because you guys are doing it, you know. And that's awesome. You know, we always hear that excuse about people being afraid of putting themselves out there, and you guys are doing it. You guys are creating your business. You know, the only time I do hear somebody say, for example, I don't care what people think about me, which is the same thing as I don't want to put myself out there, right? Is, you know, it's usually an excuse to do something dumb, right? I'm gonna go to a party and I'm gonna suck some dude's dick because I don't care what people think about me, right? But it's never after, or it's never followed up by something constructive like this. And the fact that you guys are willing to put yourselves out there to creating your content is very inspiring, and I hope nothing but the best for you guys. I'm going to continue to watch all your vlogs.
Thank you.
All of your stuff. That's incredible. And so when I saw this, I had to reach out to you. So just keep grinding, man. Keep grinding, right? What the video games taught us, keep grinding and make it happen.
It's going to be a lot of hard work, but we're going to try to do it.
We're going to do it.
This wasn't
that
hard.
Yeah. All right. Thanks again for Pheng coming on the show.
Thanks,
AKA Trooper 1000? 100.
Yes.
Okay. AKA Trooper 100.
Yeah.
You got your the worst here, Albert, and me, Charlie, or AKA Chuckles 824. Catch us on Low Level Zone and here at Lowlevelzone Podcast mode. So thank you guys for watching and have a good one.
See you guys.
Boom. Rob. Sorry, Charlie.
No.
Batman lost.
Oh, no way.